More relieved, just the mood of the team?
I think they're good. We worked yesterday, went out on the field, watched film, and started on North Dakota State, just like we do every week. And went out and worked a little bit, just got some soreness out. Some of the guys played a lot of plays in that game. So we just went out and got a little workout in, looked at North Dakota State. Moving on.
Coach, did you notice a change in intensity or focus throughout the entire game? That being the last home game for some of the seniors at Stan West Stadium, because it seemed even when things didn't go their way, they stayed focused and rebounded well throughout that game.
I don't think so. I think our guys played and competed. I think we've played and competed all season. We've played, played better at times in that game. We played good in some times in other games. So I don't think so. I think we just played and competed. And like Dom said, I think a couple point in time when we really needed to make some plays, a couple guys, we made a couple plays, and that really seemed to be a little bit of the difference. And the turnover was huge. We didn't turn it over in that game, and they turned it over, and it was the difference. At that point in time in the game, but. I think that was one thing. We hadn't been able to get too many turnovers in the last few games. We had opponents hadn't turned it over, and we didn't get any. We had a good cause one the other day and got it back. So I don't think a bunch different. I think really we've been playing hard and competing, and I think our guys just hung in there. And I think there's always added stuff. I think to some extent with your senior day. I think that's a natural, normal thing. I don't think too much different.
Coach, same question I asked Jon Heacock was the ability to execute with no disrespect to Illinois State, partly because of the competition. They're not South Dakota State, they're not Northern Iowa, or was it internal?
I think both. I think absolutely both. I think again the key was we did not turn the football over in that game. I think, but I think both of those, with respect to everyone, I think both of those. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I think our guys played well at times, and there's film, just like yesterday, we didn't play well in that game. We did block. We didn't get in the right gaps on defense. We did some of the things in that game we've done against the other teams. We have a block punt. We get a blocked field goal. We had some things happen in that game that had happened in the other games. In the other games we couldn't rebound. So we rebounded in this one, and I think both of those. I think part of it is us, and part of it was, again, a little bit of the age of the group of the guys we were playing. So I think it's both.
John, what happened on the punt? It's third punt block this season.
Well, on that particular punt, and I'm not going to go into too much. I've sent those plays to Bill Carolla. Can't talk too much about it, but what went on there it's an NCAA rule. They can't do what they did.
And Bill is who?
Bill Carolla is head of the officials
for the conference.
Yes. Yep.
John, what's the state of the team? What's the state of the program? What's the state of the team right now?
Well, we're sitting here. We're got an opportunity. We're 5-5. Got an opportunity to go get our 6th win. I think our team is. I think they're doing fine. I think obviously they're no different than anybody else. I think they had hoped to be sitting here better than that. But I think the state of our team, and like I said, we had a great workout yesterday, and guys in watching film today, and I think they're just going to keep grinding. I think that's what we do.
John, did you consciously use more of an eye or running formation Saturday, and the way it worked out, do you wish you'd gone to it earlier this season?
I don't. I'd have to go back and look at all the films and the games, but I think we've tried to do that in every game. I think we always try to line up. Ever since we got Kyle back, Jim, I think we've been able to play with the fullback. I think early on we were in a situation where we didn't have one. I think anytime we've had a fullback, we've tried to line up and run the football. Again, the benefit the other day was, as you look through, if you go back and study the films and the games, we were in that game. We had not fallen behind by 10 or 12. We were in that game, and so you can continue to execute your game plan. You don't have to exit it and go to the one-back stuff and all those things. So I think a lot of it becomes to how the game goes. But I don't think we've always tried to line up. Since Kyle's been back, I think it's fair. I think since he's been back at fullback, we felt like we could do the things, out of the eye-back stuff that we've been able to do.
Coach, is this, obviously it is the last week of practice for this season, is there a message that you try to impart to your guys, or is this last week of practice different than any others?
Well, for the seniors, as I told them, everything they do is the last. At this point in time, there's yesterday was their last Sunday workout. Those seniors will never play college football again, and they'll never they'll never get to play again. So I think every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all of that stuff is unique because today's the last Monday. I saw Sav this morning, and this is it. This is a Monday morning film, and so I think the seniors, for them, it's the end. Will be the beginning of something new for some of them, but for some of them, it's the end of football. They'll never play again. So I think that's real. For our young people, this end is the beginning of something else. This end is finishing on a 2-game win streak, heading into next season, becoming juniors, some becoming seniors. So it's at the end for them is just another beginning. But for our seniors, it's a different message. This is it. This is it. So. I think there is quite a message for everybody.
Is this an emotional time for the group?
Oh, I think for that group especially. Those guys been. You think some of those guys have been playing. I was talking to some of the parents on Saturday morning. They've been playing football since they were 6 years old and 5 years old. And again, they all have aspirations of playing at the next level, but the numbers don't dictate that everybody's going to get an opportunity to do that. And just as the parents were saying, they can't believe that it's they're not going to see their son play football anymore. And that's those are real deals. So I think there's a lot of emotion tied into it. There will be Saturday in the locker room as we build up, but I think all those kids, it's been fun. Most of those guys have all been in watching film today on their own, and so it's fun to watch. Our guys, in true Youngstown fashion, they're playing ball and getting ready to go play their last game.
John, can you touch on North Dakota State? How have they changed from last year?
They haven't. They haven't. They line up and they run the football. I think against the Indiana State the other day, the last quarter, they had the ball 11 minutes. Just crazy. They just line up and run it, run the play action passes off of it, get some good-looking folks up on defense, D linemen, and the linebackers are good, and they just play sound football. I mean, they get after you a little bit, but it's defensively, we've been watching. I mean, it's you just watch him run it and run it and run it and run it. And that guy running it's pretty good. He's legit.
Pascal?
Yeah, however you pronounce it. He's good. He's really good.
John, it's a long trip coming up. Is there anything different that you'll do to get the kids acclimated?
No, I don't think so. We're gonna, having played in the Dome already, Pete. You've been. I mean, it's the same. They say it's a little bit different. I've talked to several of the coaches, everybody that comes through or that we play at. I ask them about the Dome, and it's very similar. The surface is different. It's like the old Northern Iowa surface. It's the flat. Where there's no crown on the field. It's not turf. It's, I guess, old Astro turf or whatever it is. It's the harder surface, so it'll be a little different. It's a little faster track. I mean, our guys, they'll probably like it a little bit. It's a little faster track. It's just a little bit different. Not quite as much like the Dome as you watch the film. And again, I haven't been there either, so it's a little more basketball arena. It looks like it sits down in. But I think we'll do our crowd noise just like we always do, and give our guys a headache all week and coaches. And, but we'll get ready. And that's the biggest thing that you get concerned about is just communication from quarterbacks to linemen and signals on defense. We usually don't have as much problem because when the other team's offense is on, they don't. There's not too much. But our
noise
offense
would be a factor up there?
I'm sorry?
Noise would be a
I would
factor?
guess so, yeah, just like it has been. And they say it's a little louder there. Again, I don't know if any of you guys have been to the Fargo Dome. They say it is a little louder, but very much the same. I mean, I think our guys have, you're to the point now where when you're in the spread offense anyways, you're on counts and silent counts, and I don't think it has that much factor. It should be a great atmosphere. I think our guys are looking forward to it. It'll be exciting.